Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily News. I'm Nicholas Richardson. America has decided Donald Trump will become the next president of the United States after a crushing victory over Democratic candidate Kamala Harris. The Republican won in all the so-called swing states, securing his victory before the counting of the votes had officially ended. Among Republicans, there is joy and anticipation of repairing the country after the disastrous rule of his predecessor. This day will go down in American history. After a spectacular electoral victory, Donald Trump returns to the White House. He celebrated his success in Florida, surrounded by family, friends, colleagues and supporters. Republica also visited Trump's campaign headquarters to bring you an up-close look at the triumph of the new U.S. president.
I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
The president-elect emphasized that his countrymen united under the slogan, "Make America Great Again."
The greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond.
It was a night of great excitement and great expectations. Donald Trump gained an advantage over Democratic candidate Kamala Harris from the start, and he only increased it. Vote by vote, county by county, state by state, until finally what everyone here was waiting for.
Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
More than 71 million Americans have bet on him and the values he wants to defend: family, security, the economy.
Absolutely. Yeah, but throw it in the air and celebrate. Everyone's so happy. He's going to make everyone happy again. Even if they didn't want him as president, they're going to be wealthier, safer, healthier.
What an incredible evening. It was just unbelievable and so well deserved and earned that President Trump is now going to be in charge of this country again.
The Republican crossed the magic number of 270 electoral college votes even before all the states announced the official results. Trump won in all the so-called swing states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Wisconsin and Pennsylvania.
To the White House.
The biggest of the battleground prizes has gone to Donald Trump. Pennsylvania and its 19 votes in the Trump camp, putting the ex-president on the cusp of becoming the next president. Now, Joe Biden had won Pennsylvania 4 years ago.
Donald Trump received a huge vote of confidence and a powerful mandate to once again become the leader of the world's greatest superpower. Kamala Harris apparently couldn't stand her defeat because she didn't even go out to the voters, didn't thank them for the millions in donations, and didn't apologize for the missed opportunity. Her chief of staff attempted to cover up the Democrats' defeat.
We still have votes to count. We still have states that have not been called yet.
Republicans dealt yet another massive blow to Democrats. In the simultaneous congressional elections, they took back the Senate from the hands of their rivals by gaining a majority and also winning in states that traditionally vote Democrat and are on track to keep their majority in the House of Representatives. The vote counting continues.
America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good. And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much.
After 4 years of Democratic rule, battered by high inflation, a sluggish economy and an onslaught of illegal immigrants, America is changing course and calling on Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, who will become vice president, to the rescue.
Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
Political opponents tried to destroy him, and the assassin tried to take his life. But Donald Trump survived and won. Millions of Poles living in the United States cast their votes in this election, which was a victory for Donald Trump. President-elect Trump's ties to Poland and the Polish voters go back to 2016 and his first presidential campaign. But the scale of the staffer's involvement in trying to win voters among the 10 million Americans of Polish descent this time has become one of the main threads in the battle for key states, including Pennsylvania. Republicans have been on the ground here since the start of 2024, keeping their fingers on the pulse of the issues that many indicate had a key role in the Republican candidate's win. Poles voted in Wisconsin, Michigan and Pennsylvania, among other states.
155,000. That's the difference in votes between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris in Pennsylvania, one of the key swing states that Trump needed to win in the race for the White House. Given that of the 7 million voters there, nearly 700,000 are Polish Americans, Trump's advantage may have been due to our compatriots, among others. Trump meets all of our criteria, which is why I will be voting for him for the second time. Donald Trump kept the Polish American community in mind during the election campaign. Both he and Kamala Harris wrote letters asking for support. However, the Republican candidate acted more intensively, primarily based on his knowledge of our history. Evidently, Trump was vying for the Polish vote, and more broadly, for the Catholic vote. On his social media, he included an image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, an exorcism, a prayer to Saint Michael the Archangel, and also recalled the story of Blessed Father Jerzy Popiełuszko, which was clearly a bow to the Polish American community. Trump has been saying for years that Poland is one of his key partners in Europe. Now ahead of his next term, questions are multiplying about how he will approach Warsaw. It was not without reason that during the election campaign, Polish President Andrzej Duda met Donald Trump in New York. Critics at the time spoke of a faux pas, but the fact is that Duda knew perfectly well what he was doing. First of all, this is a very good move on the part of the Polish president. I expect that there will be an activation of the head of state when it comes to the American direction and relations with the new administration. And it's a very good thing, for the reason that these good relations between President Duda and President Trump can bring a lot of good for Poland and for the whole of Central Europe, and at the very end, maybe also for Ukraine. Today, the Polish president was among the first to congratulate Trump on his victory. Congratulations, Mr. President Donald Trump. You made it happen. Trump will want to shift the axis of pressure of U.S. policy from Berlin to Warsaw. His open dislike of Germany has long been known. After all, it was Trump who criticized the construction of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline and imposed sanctions on German companies that cooperate with Russia.
We talk about the pipeline going to Germany, where Germany is paying billions and billions of dollars to Russia, which, frankly, we don't think that's appropriate. I never thought it was appropriate. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's certainly a very bad thing for the people of Germany. I've said it very loud and clear.
Just as Trump's words about the need to protect core conservative values rang out loud and clear during his visit to Warsaw, and one of the most moving speeches given by an American president in Poland.
They must have known it at the exact moment during Pope John Paul II's sermon, when 1 million Polish men, women, and children suddenly raised their voices in a single prayer. 1 million Polish people did not ask for wealth. They did not ask for privilege.
What matters most to Trump is political loyalty and sincerity. This is why he valued cooperation with the Polish administration during his first term. He spoke about this in a special interview with Republika a few weeks ago.
Well, I love the Polish people. As you know, I was in Warsaw and made a speech, and the relationship with Polish people has just been extraordinary, and I hope they get out and vote for me, because the other side does not like the Polish people. They don't like religion. They don't like anything. I think they're sort of crazy, to be honest with you, and I hope the Polish people can get out and vote for somebody that shares their values about things on religion and on life and on work and work ethic. I should get most of the Polish vote. I hope I get all of it.
Looking at Trump's policies during his first term, it is clear that accusations of pro-Russian politics are ridiculous. It was Trump who pursued an anti-Russian policy by warning Europe against dependence on Moscow. It was the Republicans who pushed for an increase in defense spending. It was Trump, after all, who was the only Western politician cheering on the Three Seas Initiative, which was being built by the countries of our region.
Okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Today, they offer their congratulations and declare their willingness to work with the United States president. But until now, politicians of the 13th December coalition government in Poland have, over the years, outdone themselves in attacking, hectoring and insulting Donald Trump. Donald Tusk wrote that one Donald in politics is enough. Minister of Foreign Affairs Radosław Sikorski mocked the Polish-American alliance. In turn, his wife compared Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler a few weeks ago. The US president-elect has repeatedly declared pro-Polish policies on energy issues, deterring the Russian Federation and the Three Seas Initiative. How will Poland's relations with the United States look now?
The commission, which oversees the bloc's trade policy, has proposed final duties for the next 5 years to counter what it sees as unfair Chinese subsidies after a year-long anti-subsidy investigation.
Today, the European Commission's proposal to impose definitive countervailing duties on imports of battery electric vehicles from China has obtained the necessary support from EU member states for the adoption of tariffs. This represents another step towards the conclusion of the Commission's anti-subsidy investigation. In parallel, the EU and China continue to work hard to explore an alternative solution that would have to be fully WTO compatible, adequate in addressing the injurious subsidisation established by the Commission's investigation, monitorable and enforceable.
Our measures, our investigation, and the countervailing duties that we have been proposing are fully in line with WTO, our obligations under the WTO. And therefore, we expect that our trading partners will follow the same rules and follow the same procedures. And therefore, there is no warranted retaliation to something which is perfectly in line with our WTO obligations.
In a vote on Friday, 10 European Union members backed tariffs and 5 voted against, with 12 abstentions. EU sources said it would have taken opposition from a qualified majority of 15 European Union members, representing 65% of the European Union population, to block the proposal. Reuters reported on Wednesday, October 2nd, that the measure was likely to pass, with France, Greece, Italy, and Poland planning to vote in favor. The region's biggest economy and major car producer, Germany, voted against the proposal, sources said on Friday.
Although there are no official results yet, the world's newscasts have been reporting the initial reactions to Donald Trump's victory in the United States presidential election since this morning. The world recognized his victory yesterday. Congratulations are pouring in from all over the world.
The authorities of the European Union and the head of NATO assure the willingness to cooperate with the new U.S. president and mention the unbreakable Euro-Atlantic ties. I warmly congratulate Donald J. Trump. The EU and U.S. are more than just allies. We are bound by a true partnership between our people, uniting 800 million citizens. So let's work together on a strong transatlantic agenda that keeps delivering for them. The European Union and the United States have an enduring alliance and a historic bond. As allies and friends, the EU looks forward to continuing our constructive cooperation. The EU will pursue its course in line with the strategic agenda as a strong, united, competitive, and sovereign partner, while defending the rules-based multilateral system. I just congratulated Donald Trump on his election as President of the United States. His leadership will again be key to keeping our alliance strong. I look forward to working with him again to advance peace through strength through NATO. French President Emmanuel Macron congratulated Donald Trump and mentioned the good cooperation during his previous term. Congratulations, President Donald Trump, ready to work together as we did for 4 years, with your convictions in mind, with respect and ambition for more peace and prosperity. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz congratulates Trump, but he must be aware that the topic of NATO funding, which Germany is not fully meeting, will now return. I congratulate Donald Trump on his election as U.S. president. For a long time, Germany and the U.S. have been working together successfully promoting prosperity and freedom on both sides of the Atlantic. We will continue to do so for the well-being of our citizens. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer expressed hope for continued cooperation in defense of shared values. Congratulations, President-elect Trump, on your historic election victory. I look forward to working with you in the years ahead. As the closest of allies, we stand shoulder to shoulder in defense of our shared values of freedom, democracy, and enterprise, from growth and security to innovation and tech. I know that the UK-US special relationship will continue to prosper on both sides of the Atlantic for years to come. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu congratulated Donald Trump, writing of his historic return to the White House. Dear Donald and Melania Trump, congratulations on history's greatest comeback. Your historic return to the White House offers a new beginning for America and a powerful recommitment to the great alliance between Israel and America. This is a huge victory and true friendship. Yours, Benjamin and Sarah Netanyahu. The Prime Minister of the world's most populous country, India's Narendra Modi, calls Trump a friend and asserts his willingness to cooperate for the good of humanity. Heartiest congratulations, my friend, Donald Trump, on your historic election victory. As you build on the successes of your previous term, I look forward to renewing our collaboration to further strengthen the India-US comprehensive global and strategic partnership. Together, let's work for the betterment of our people and to promote global peace, stability, and prosperity. According to the 20th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, the official swearing-in of Donald Trump will take place on the 20th of January next year. That's when there will be an opportunity to offer all these congratulations in person.
That's the news. Thank you for watching, and from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.